It's difficult to extrapolate this based on only 2 incidents here, but it seems this, the same guy here appears to have the specific time here of him needing to be is midnight, where he needs to be at this underground destination. And apparently he was running late on Tuesday night, which had him racing. I don't know if that's exactly when his shift is. That's finger quotes with the gloves. Or if there's a particular special instance of rendering these people comatose.
Let me go ahead and tell you, you do have at least four, I'm pretty sure, I mean, unless I'm fucking up my brain again, you have 24 hours of footage both times. No one else goes near the elevator, or no one else goes into the elevator at least, at all, or even seems to recognize it at all during that time.
So in that case, he said 12-hour shifts. That means that since we know there's security down there, all those people are being completely supported. They have food, they have bunks or something. It's all down there. And he is the only person who is leaving and coming back. And these security guards are just like walking the glassy-eyed individuals to him, at least in this case.
Also, what was that bit about being processed? What do you think they're doing to him?
That's a lot less relevant to me than there are only 2 left, and you said they do 1 a night? Is she still down there?
Trusair will say, in regards to being processed, considering how many fingers Horizon has pies in, that could be anything. That could be drug tests. That could be...
that glossy-eyed look. I don't know much about magic, but do you think they're getting chipped?
Know anything about that?
I don't know if Coyote would know anything about that.
And Coyote might. I mean, considering the whole chip process, the Horizon might be testing out something new on the electronic market. But that would seem pretty strange to have that involved with this Karina person. Considering what we know about her and what her supposed value is, it would seem that Horizon would want to get that information out of her, the vial somehow, and so they might have put her in a Black Ops program which could perhaps process her mind and get the information out of her. Nope. Whether they do that through drugs, whether they do that through some sort of crazy torture techniques, whether they do that through magic, considering what we know beforehand from all of the prior sessions, and what we have to go on, and what the Mr. Johnson paid us to do, and what they appear to be interested in, the vial, it seems that whatever they're doing, the fact that she was there, means that they're trying to get that information out of her. And they might be trying to get the information out of all these other people.
I think it's something a little different. I think they already have gotten what they can get out of her, and they've sent her here to wipe her and give her a new identity of some sort. Because remember, the Johnson we had came out of nowhere. And he had something to do with this program, conceivably. Right. Do we know that she's actually been at that place since January? Because we just
no, of course we don't. We don't know. We just know that she's been in the possession of Horizon for that long.
Right.
Was she valuable in any other way than the information she had? Any magical talents, any unique abilities?
Trusair is going to look into
She's just sort of asking it out loud, not actually asking the question.
Trusair will give this description like. I think Trusair would have given like a faux mortified expression, because he's thinking, you say that, and her fucking relative can, listen in. No, she's not valuable.
I mean, in terms of value, she's a cute little dwarf girl, so there are circles where that's value enough. Hey man, I'm just giving all the options. I didn't say I liked it.
Right then, it seems that we're going to be coming in, and we don't exactly know when those 12-hour shifts begin or end. We do know, however, that this scientist individual appears to be coming in at midnight, at least if these two instances show. So if we wanted to ambush him, then we would be coming in at midnight. And if we wanted to avoid him, then we would be staying away from there.
The only other method is to, since they're saying they're processing one a night or whatever, we could surveil the premises from the outside, from several hundred meters away or so, and see if we can detect. See, it's an airport. They're probably flying those girls or those glassy-eyed people out of there. I don't know if we can track it once they leave, so never mind.
It's possible. We don't know the extent of security that's on the outside in that situation. How armored up they might have these glassy-eyed individuals. We could attempt to follow, attempt to waylay them, attempt to do anything. We could attempt to... That could be when we try to bring down this guy and capture him and see what information he has then. But looks like we don't have that much more time left for legwork. We're going to have to make a decision on this run.
Yeah, we don't even know if she's one of the ones who's been processed yet. Though, I don't even know what the processing is.
Well, worst case scenario, if she has been processed and we can't get her that way, we can on the last night, since the doctor said it's going to be, I'm assuming he's a doctor, lab-coated individual, said they'll be done in a couple nights. We can grab him after that, and
yeah, but the processing could be something horrible. If she's one of the remaining two that's unprocessed, it might be paramount to get her before that happens.
True, and trying to go in beforehand kind of tips our hands, so we might not be able to abduct him afterwards. Look, I guess we're coming down to the choice, which I don't like, but we're going to have to probably grab this guy, make him tell us how to get down there, and then go down there and shoot him up. I don't think we can stealthily go down an elevator. That's the only problem. They probably have a camera in it. How do we
All right,
to the guy's head? I don't know.
Let's see, the Kenmushi's like, the size of a data chip or something?
Yeah, it's very small. I would say about the size of a quarter or something like that, if not a little smaller.
Is there any way you could have your little tiny drone hitch a ride on the guy on the way down? Get us a better idea of what we'd be going up against? I mean, that'd mean waiting another night, but that could make all the difference.
Coyote's thinking. He's actually thinking whether he would rather send the Kenmushi or the Fly Spy. Because you're talking about, I mean, okay, here's the thing. He is pretty sure that, yeah, his Kanmushi is able to, say, climb up on the guy's shoe or something, and probably won't be seen. It's very risky, though. He doesn't
When a completely different fuck you with everyone's heads the devil advocate, what if they sweep for, electronics and shit and they find the damn drone?
Yeah. I mean, we're going underground. It's going to be out of signal range anyway. It's going to be out of contact. We're not going to know at all until the next day. I mean, whether they found it or not, because it's going to have to get on him, ride down, ride back up, and then wait for the next day to get out, which is going to be a little trickier anyway because you don't have a class there. So it's going to have to sneak in, sneak out. I mean, if you guys want to foot the bill for a trashed Kanmushi, which is about 5,000 credits, I can send it in. But it's very risky.
I think ambushing the one individual we know is leaving and exiting. So far with the 2 nights, the only individual we've seen leaving and exiting is the best idea. Taking him would be an indicator that something is wrong because it would completely derail their schedule, and that might set them alarm. But we need to know things, and I will make sure those things are known, but I have to get my hands on them.
Yeah, I think it's the safest thing. I mean...
And do we have something that can be used to wipe his memory, put him back in his bed, and hopefully he is none the wiser to what happened? Because that's the best case scenario.
Well, that would involve drugs, if, like, such as lace, the one that Karina took. That's something we'd have to get on the black market.
Well, I know that some amount of awakened drug trade is being run out of the Sunken Angels bar.
Go, Mr. Johnson can provide.
Well, there you go.
I think that's the plan then. Yeah, I mean, I can send up a drone and try to knock out those cameras if we want to grab him going in or coming out.
No, I'd kind of rather tail him from a distance and snatch him off of court property.
Or leave court property if he's an employee of Horizon. They live and eat there.
Well, I'd still rather take him somewhere away from here, just because, I don't know, I feel there'd be somewhat less of a chance of getting caught. If we can figure out where he lives, we might do a home invasion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
We only have 2 nights, though.
Do the legwork to scope out an entirely different building. We don't have that kind of time anymore.
Conrad has a point.
We'd have to wait until he comes out, perhaps with a glassy-eyed individual in tow, so he might be distracted. We won't know what kind of security he has, but we'll have a better chance of spotting it than we would by heading down into that elevator and going down. So we lurk.
And hey, if we get lucky beyond what we deserve, the individual he comes up with might be our target.
I don't know if that would be lucky or not, given the circumstances.
Well, it'd mean we'd have to put a lot less of our life on the line.
That's true.
Okay. So we're looking at Friday, March 11th was when it started. Saturday the 12th, Sunday the 13th, Monday the 14th.
Well, currently, if I'm right, you're having this discussion on the 6th.
Yeah, I thought so. The night of the 16th. In that case, we'd have a few hours to prepare and get our shit together, but we'd want to be around the this El Toro airport before midnight to watch the entire time.
Did we see where this individual parked?
You just had that drone, that was it.
Okay, well, if we're going to scout the place out the next night, we're going to want to see where he parks so we can hopefully find a blind spot between the door and his car for when he comes back out.
We might be able to do that. I mean, I saw that parking lot.
The map is open, by the way, if you want to copy your tokens onto it. Twitch's token is still on there.
I can't see her token at all, but I don't have ownership over it, so... Oh, there we go. I can see her now. Anyway, I mean, you saw the parking lot in regards to, like, a blind spot. I'm not sure there would be, where we could...
To clarify, that parking lot has, buildings on both sides. And, camera is basically all the way down.
Yeah, I thought so. Since this is a Horizon property here. They're, of course, going to watch everything, because they're a AAA corporation who can afford anything. In that case, I mean...
Alternatively, what if we abduct him by taking his car? Either wait in it and nab him as he comes in, or hack it and have it go to a destination of our choosing.
Say, that could be feasible. I'll go ahead and play devil's advocate for this. For one, we obviously don't know whether he's alone, because if he's actually transporting these people, he might have his own security waiting on the outside for him.
We also don't know who he might contact if his car suddenly starts going off route.
An unfamiliar vehicle to us in that situation, and while, one of you might be capable of handling that, I certainly could not vouch for being able to handle it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Might be a good idea to have our bases covered. Have redundant backup plans.
Technomancer? How did Horizon get that idea? I mean, if they actually had enough capability to break her head, I would have thought that'd be pretty... Oh, man, I don't know. I would have figured they could have figured that one out, too. Know that you would need 5 hits on a sensing test to determine whether someone's a technomancer, but I figure you get enough Corp Black Ops people and someone would get that, right? Someone's gonna have as many dice as I have.
True, but you don't know who's actually been sensing her. Like, it may be a small op and they don't have a lot of people.
Sure. I think the safe assumption with a AAA is to assume they have more than you have.
that is a very safe assumption.
Well, one thing to do is that I can definitely get a fly spy in there. Probably won't be noticed by the cameras at night if I fly in a certain way. And it can hide on his car, like on the undercarriage, if we need to follow him somehow. I mean, in case we lose him, I can sit it there and then tell it to fly back here after, say, 4 hours. I'll assume he's gotten to where he's going after 4 hours.
Okay, then. If we're going to do that... shit. If we're going to set up for that, then we can spend the... Twitch might be best off spending the next few hours before he actually... the scientist or whoever the hell he is arrives, familiarizing herself with the streets around here. And we don't know if he's going to be going to the airport after this or to an arcology or what, but might be useful to at least have a basic sense of how the streets are going to look if we're actually going to try to do something like taking him on the road. Because even if we are going to do that, that just seems too risky, because if he even gets a whiff of something wrong, there could be that kill switch, and then the entire operation folds up.
Well then, how about, we do just put my fly spy on like the grill of the car or whatever, and it can record where it goes. Maybe we can get information of where he lives from that and a route that he usually takes.
I don't know. I like the idea of taking him after the meet. I just worry about giving him any sort of time or recognition to alarm anyone or anything.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We have no idea what kind of communication capabilities he might have.
We have the means to take him out, ambush him quickly. He certainly didn't seem like the well-trained type either, but he might be a little on edge given the situation. But we've proven in our time together we could take out a whole group of people. We just need to make sure we get a drop on them. And it's difficult to get a drop and take out everyone at once when we're on the road. At night, on extra territory.
How hard would it be, and there are too many cameras out there, so I don't know how feasible this would be, but I'm pretty sure that Coyote would know. How hard would it be to, say, splice in something to the air vent system of the car, maybe a sedative or something like that?
Given the time frame he had last night, the time frame he had on the second night you observed him was just a few minutes. The first night was hours. If it's the hours one, it's hard to tell. If it's a few minutes one, it's a no-go. It would be impossible to be sure, especially not knowing what car it is or anything like that. You couldn't really prep for it beforehand. You'd have to just sort of do it on the fly.
And I don't think it'd be a very stealthy thing anyway. I think every camera would see him crawling under a car or whatever, so...
And car security measures are pretty good. I mean, like,
right.
they'll... It's not uncommon for anti-theft systems or anything like that. They're all over the place.
Oh yeah, I think
Twitch has a pretty good one on her bike. It'd be pretty hilarious for you to get a 10-shock jolt of electricity while fumbling around under the car.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible. It would be awful.
Yeah, it's, well, it would all depend on the amps, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Coyote's not going to think that's a good idea. He does not see an easy way to get this guy. Knocking him out would be awesome, but then the car would drive off the road even if they got it done correctly, so that might cause problems.
Well, actually, that's something. A lot of people do have their cars just drive themselves.
I was thinking of that. I didn't. Or if it starts getting bad, they probably have safety measures where autopilot will take over. So would make sense
Yeah, it
to me
all
anyway.
depends on the individual too. I mean, some people are like paranoid, like Shadowrunners. They have a lot of them will have the auto pull switch where you just pull it and it's automatically switched back to drive-by-wire and no electronic connection. Other ones have it's all wire. It's all done automatically and they have really no input other than destination. It really depends on the individual.
Right.
And we don't have enough time to figure that out.
No, we barely have enough time to scope out the place and see what his car looks like and maybe get him the next night if nothing's opportune tonight.
Yeah, that review you'll have 4 hours about, give or take, for scoping the place out if you want to take that time to do it on the 16th.
Which is a Wednesday?
Yeah, it's the night you got the drone back and reviewed the thing. You'll have about 4 hours to scope the place out before midnight rolls around.
All right, well,
he doesn't show up early. Of course, that's assuming he doesn't show up early or anything like that.
Right. Well, I mean, Coyote's all for scoping out the place and going there. I guess. I mean, I think Grimith was kind of heading that way as well with what he was saying, but we can wait till he gets back if you want to be sure. For now, though, since he's AFK, I'll be right back as well.
And Twitch just wants everyone to keep in mind that if Karina's one of the two that hasn't been processed yet, and that's a big if, we could be pulling a 50% chance that she does if we scope it out another night.
Give me just a second. Okay, I just needed to grab something real quick. Trying to think of what information that this isn't like the other one where it was sort of a miscommunication and didn't follow everything through. This is just so far you've gotten, I will say as much as you've gotten pretty much everything right. There's no been like a you just didn't see something. I just half expected everyone to just blow the doors open and run down.
Well, good campaign, Sean. That would be what I expect after that. Good campaign. What are we playing next?
Hey, when we decide to bum rush something, we do it in a careful, tactical manner.
Okay, apparently everyone's back.
Yep.
So, well, what do you do? It is the, you have about 4 hours left on the, the 16th.
Something else we, understandably haven't really considered yet is the possibility that, she's not being held down there as one of the people being processed. She might have been drafted to, work with Horizon.